As of December of 2020, there has been 0 Old Testament manuscripts with the name of God recorded as Yahweh. As of December 31st, 2020, total count is 2,441 manuscripts with the name of the God Yehovah. Some of those manuscripts have his name on every page. Sometimes those manuscripts only have his name in it one time. Now let's look at Exodus and get some clarity on what is actually being said and how can we prove that it is Yehovah. And God said to Moses, Ayeh, Asher, Ayeh, I will be that which I will be. And he said, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, Ayeh, I will be, has sent me to you. Moreover, God said to Moses, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, Yehovah, God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. Now let's learn some Hebrew. Let's look at Yehovah in the Hebrew. I want everybody to study this image, memorize it, because we're going to look for it in some manuscripts in the end of this video. First thing you have to learn is the consonants. That is Yod, He, Vav, He, YHVH. And then the vowels is E, O, A. And those vowels are Shva, Cholam, that's a ch sound, and Kamatz. Yehovah is in the Old Testament 6,827 times. Yehovah derives from the roots of 3 words. Most Hebrew words are derived of other words put together. In the case of Yehovah, it's Haya, Hoveh, and Yihayi. These words mean he was, he is, and he will be. That is to say, he has always existed, he exists now, and he will exist in the future. But you might be asking, why do we see Jehovah? Why is it that we see a J? That's a good question. This is because of the English. Languages change over time, and the English has done a change in the sound of its Y. In some words, they have adopted a J sound. Now let's look at the history of when the J came into play. Giangiorio Trissino was the first to use the letter J in Trissino's epistle about the letters recently added to the Italian language in 1524. The letter J was a different shape for the letter I. It was not a different sound, it was just a different shape. From the Latin, the letter J was adopted by the Old French, and then the English scribes picked it up. The I and the J for the English was not distinct until 1633 in the first English language book. Because of 1633 that they started officially using the letter J, that is why you don't see the letter J in the 1611 King James Version. Let's look in the Bible where we see God's name being commanded to be used. Psalms 118, verse 26, blessed is he who comes in the name of Yehovah. Psalms 91, verse 14, because he has sent his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Isaiah 42, verse 8, I am Yehovah, that is my name. Psalms 113, verse 1 and 3, praise Yehovah. Yehovah's name is to be praised. Deuteronomy 6:13, and shall take oaths in his name. Now let's look at Jesus, Yeshua in the Hebrew, saying God's name. Matthew 23, verse 39, for I say to you, you shall see me no more till you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of Yehovah. John 17:26, and I have declared to them your name, and will declare it, that the love with which you loved me may be in them and I in them. Now remember what God's name means. Here we can see it again in Revelations 1:8. This is Jesus talking. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, says the Lord, who is, who was, and who is to come, the Almighty. Now let's look at the King James 16:11. Remember, I said that the J was not created until 1633 in the English. Here you have James, King James, being described as Prince James. Here you can see the cover page of the Old Testament for the 1611 version. And look, notice at the top, you have Yehovah, but you're missing the cholam. You're missing one vowel. The page kind of cuts it off. Now look at the New Testament cover page. Notice at the top, we also have Yehovah. We have the missing vowel, and we can say the name. It is Yehovah. The authors of the King James 1611, they knew God's name, and they knew it in the Hebrew. Also notice Jesus Christ. It's Jesus Christ. Notice there is no J. Now I want to show the viewers for themselves manuscripts that show Yehovah. So you have seen it for yourself. Here is the Aleppo Codex. This is 1 Kings 8, verse 11. Here is the Leningrad Codex, and this is Genesis. And here is the Crown Damascus. Here is the Oriental 9880 in the National British Library. And that concludes our teaching on why God's name is not Yahweh. I really appreciate all y'all out there checking out this video. And there is a movement to restore God's name. Please join the movement to restore God's holy name so that we can pray in his name and use his name. If you have been using other names, do not fret. God knows your heart and he will look deep inside your heart. I hope this teaching has been a blessing to you, and may Yehovah bless you.